Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. 2022 RS1. Man, it's nice. I ordered it back in August 9th, and it just showed up about a week and a half ago. Haven't even taken it out for a first ride, so I'm pretty excited about getting it out there. I can tell you this, I'm a huge Can-Am fan, and I couldn't fit in a Can-Am X3, which just really blew my mind. I tried the 2-seater, the 4-seater, even tried some of the biggest Polarises, but this is the only thing I was able to fit in. I'm 6'3" and some change / fat, with a size 13 shoe, 13 and a half shoe, and man, I was able to fit in this nice and comfy. The only thing I had to do is, and there's actually adjusters to the seat, you can actually move the seat up, the back up on this seat, and so I can scoot my fat ass all the way into the seat, and man, I fit nice and cozy. Granted, I haven't taken it out yet, so I have no idea the comfort level going through trails or whatnot. But man, just sitting in and chilling out, man, this thing is nice. This thing's real nice. I'm real happy with it. I'll tell you some of the things that I did, some of the things I added from the factory that the dealer added on from Polaris. Went with the bumper, Polaris bumper. Went with the Ridgeline. I think it's a 10-inch. LED bar. Went with the under guard A-arm protectors. Went with the rock sliders. I went with these things right here. When you wait that long for a new toy, all you have is Google and YouTube, and man, I probably watched 2 hours of YouTube video, some videos 4 or 5 different times, just checking these things out. And everybody was highly recommending these mud guards on these things. I went with the rock sliders. I was a little, I got to be honest with you, I was a little disappointed in the tires. I really thought those things were big horns, and I think they're more like faux horns. But either or, as time goes on, I'll switch those tires out to something real. Went with the swing arm protectors. Couple things I did though. I mean, I decided, you know what, it's a machine I'm gonna keep for a while. So some of the things I did is I went with the SuperAtv Windshield. Again, did a lot of, with all that time waiting, you have nothing but time to wait and, really take your time on what you want. So I went with the ATV Windshield. And what I really like about this windshield is you can actually take the top part off and just leave that bottom piece on, which I like. This kind of keeps mud off the dash or whatever. I mean, I guess good luck, right? I went with the, what is that, double aught, it's smoked windows for the side of it to keep mud out of it. I went with this SuperAtv, what do you call those things, radius bars. I heard a couple people online, again, it's not a big issue. I've heard a couple people online saying that, I guess the factory ones are just too easy to bend, so I decided to do the SuperAtv radius arms raised. I tell you what, I like it. What's really cool is man, it matches the factory paint perfectly. So big shout out to SuperAtv at getting the color match down perfect. Went with this, I think it's called UTV, not .com, .something or other. But anyway, I went with their bumper. And if you do these radius arms, you can't do the Polaris bumpers because the Polaris bumpers, mount over here somewhere. So you have to have something that goes right against the radius arms. But I'm real happy with the bumper, man. I like the little finished details, kind of makes it look sharp. Again, it's not gonna look like this for very long. But hey, there it is. Man, I love the piggyback shocks. Big fan of those, I think. Again, I haven't rode it yet, but man, this thing is sweet. And I decided to go with, there's this company in Arizona called Audioform Z. Audioform Z makes these roofs that already have the LED light bar. Well, I guess you can actually, customize it how you want, but it comes with an LED light bar. It's a big light bar, it goes all the way across. It's a fiberglass roof, which I really like, and it kind of goes all the way, nicely molded all the way around. Comes with a backup light. Again, I wouldn't say it comes with a backup light, but you can get it with a backup light. But there's like different tiers of this Audio Form Z rooftop, and man, these guys were awesome. Now I'm still mounting this stuff up and putting wires, where they need to go or whatnot. But man, check this out. It's, I went with the big level 4. I mean, why not? Comes with all the buttons up here. I mean, you can change out your LED lights if you want to. I just happen to match it to the, to the color of the bike. But they'll flash and do party and all the other, fancy stuff. But I also had them do, let's take a look here, the radio. Also had them do a rear view camera. This system is sweet. Check this out, guys. I even put I even had them I even had to do the backup camera. How nice is that? One thing I realized when I got into this thing, I mean, you can't see back there, because of those big snorkel tubes or whatever you want to call them. So I took those off and it mounted my speakers. Now, the only thing that I didn't like about the speaker setup is it comes with those, how it connects to the roll cage, but it only comes with one bolt. So these things were sliding all around. So I actually have a set of a nice marine, double bolted, clips that, I mean, when I mount these things up, they're not going to move. But I'm going to try to mount them high enough to where I can actually put the bag back here because, man, it's got to have that, right? Speaking of bags, I went ahead and did I think I got these on Amazon, but they're the RZR RS1 with the logo in them, and it has a whole bunch of little bags or whatnot. That's pretty cool. And because I got rid of that snorkel dealio that I put back there, so I went on to Amazon and found these, and man, these things are sweet. And I was going to have them painted, but man, I kind of like them just the way they are. So I may polish those up just a tad bit more. I mean, I guess it kind of matches over here, but again, that's, all it's going to take is one muddy ride and it'll be all over. But what I did is I put these on here. I took a, what do you call that? Filter screen. So the filter screen's in here, and it's put it over there and snugged it down tight so there's no debris that gets into those. Real excited. Again, I haven't drove this thing for very much. I mean, I drove it around my neighborhood, just showing off, but man, I like this thing. I really do, man. This thing is just a sharp looking vehicle. So, man, if you're in the market of getting an RS1, man, this is man, these are slick vehicles. And if you're a tall guy like I am, trust me, there's no European cut with me. I can promise you that. I'd say I'm probably more of a 50. I go by, by hefty trash bags. I'm probably more of a 55-gallon type guy. But anyway, these things are sweet, fitting it nice. Go for my first ride this Sunday. I live here in Indianapolis or Indiana, and we're gonna go down to Inner Lakes. I can tell you that the boys at what are they called? Indy Power Sports in Whitestown, Indiana, man, they were awesome. They don't charge you big, huge, fees for setup and all that stuff, man. Just good old-fashioned folks. So if you're here in Indiana or somewhere close, man, look them up. They only deal in Polaris. They don't ever, they don't have multi, franchises. So they sell them. They have a showroom about the size of a closet. They have a service department, like a big old pole barn. So they sell them and they fix them. That's what they do. But other than that, man, can't wait to get out there on the road or it's on the trails and go to Ride Royal Blue, go out there and play. But man, this thing it's slick, man. This is where I mounted my rear view camera, by the way. So if you guys do get one of these, man, it's all simple setup. It really is. I love that screen up there, and I like all the buttons. Let me show you with all this stuff turned on here. Let's take a look here. It's front light, rear light, dome light. I guess you don't really need dome lights since you have all these LEDs, but why not? I like lights. So you got a nice big dome light up there, but this thing is sweet. Speakers are sick, loud. Yeah, it's before I had these little 2.5-inch speakers on my Can-Am that you're seeing right over there, and when it was nice, like when you're, sitting back drinking a road soda, you can listen to it, but when you get back on the bike, you couldn't hear the radio. Now this is a whole new game changer for me. So, the rear LED light, I mean, these guys did a really good job. So, I'm really happy I went with this. It's, as far as the cost of it, by the time you start adding radios and you start adding LED lights and you start, by the time you start adding all that stuff up, this right here ended up being really cost effective. And I love the fact that everything is nice and molded in. It fits perfectly. I mean, nice big amp back there. I mean, everything's molded in. I mean, these guys did a really good job. So a big shout out to Audio Forum Z. Again, they're not sponsoring me. They didn't send me nothing for free. I can guarantee you that. There's nothing on this thing that came free. But man, I don't know what else I did. There's a couple of things I did. I just can't remember what I did. But it gave me, 5 months to, before the bike came in, and, bought all the stuff, before the bike came in. So that kind of made it nice. That way I wasn't forking all the cash all at once, and I was able to convince my wife that was a good idea. But man, I'm really liking it. So have questions, by all means, you're more welcome to ask. 2022 RS1.